Welcome to this sixth and final video on the 6 pillars of self-esteem as taught and written by Dr. Nathaniel Brandon, a self-esteem expert. I am Ina Siobhan. I am a personal development coach and holistic practitioner. I specialize in personal development and self-esteem. And we are on the sixth pillar, which is the sixth and final pillar, which is the last pillar. And this pillar or practice is the practice of personal integrity. And I like this one. This is one of my favorites. The practice of integrity is my favorite because it's a solid practice. We sort of operate the way we operate. Um, you could expect a person to be exactly who they are. If they have a low level of integrity, you can expect them to not act in with good integrity later. But what happens when it's us? When we have the moral ethics and standards and we're not living up to it. Hypocrisy, like when we contradict ourselves, we sort of naturally invalidate ourselves. Um, Let me know if you've ever experienced cognitive dissonance where you've held like two beliefs that were sort of conflicting and you just didn't feel right. You didn't feel good. And normally, what happens when we sort of invalidate ourselves by um, reaching our own boundaries or our own sense of integrity or our own sense of belief, what tends to happen is we feel guilty. We start feeling ashamed. We start to feel insecure and maybe depressed, or especially if you begin to internalize it. If you're an overthinker, you may really feel like real shame and really strong feelings of just not being a decent person, really demoralized feelings. um, and where you can trust yourself. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. The level of self trust that develops because you sort of restore your sense of integrity um, through practice and living life purposely. It's so free, but you need to start small. You don't need to feel ashamed or confused about practicing personal integrity. All you need to do is just take the actions to correct the breach, and that's more than enough. Um, I do want to let you know that the level of self trust that develops from um, restoring your personal integrity is there's literally just no words for it. It's a very great way to begin to boost your self esteem. So start small. You don't need to start big. Start small. But let's take a look at these exercises. Let's do these STEM exercises to practice personal integrity. And I'll wait for you to grab a pen and a paper. Yeah. I got your hair in my nose, man. So remember, you don't need to overthink the answers to these prompts. You just want to try to put at least 10 or as many as you can. There's no perfect answer. Whatever answer you do get is perfect. So the first one is integrity to me means if I bring 5% more integrity to my work, if I bring 5% more integrity to my personal relationships, if I am willing to look at the areas where I do not practice integrity, if any of what I have been saying is true, it might be helpful if excuse me. If I choose to be more integral in relationships, something I might do differently. If I choose to be more integral in relationships, something I might do differently. If I choose to be more integral at, with, of work, something I might do differently. So that's it for the 6 pillars of self esteem as written by Dr. Nathaniel Brandon. I am Ina Chavon. I appreciate you for hanging out with me and being here with me listening to these videos.